It's gratitude journaling time, 52 prompts and a year of gratitude, and I am on number 22. What is something you're grateful for in the sky? Draw it. I just came back from a trip that I went on recently, and so I guess I've got airplanes on the mind. I'm not going to use this photo as a reference, but I guess it could be considered inspiration. I love the clouds, and I want to make something that's similar to that billowy look in the sky. And of course, I'm going to put an airplane in here too. The color palette I'm using is mostly blues and purples and white and black, and eventually put a little tiny bit of yellow, but not much. I used cobalt blue, cerulean blue, and dioxazine purple, even for some of the clouds. I just wanted everything to have that really soft, dreamy feel to it. And actually this paper isn't made to have acrylics on it. I use acrylic gesso and I let it dry really well before I started on to anything else. And it actually worked pretty well. I was a little bit worried it would get too wet because this is just like some not very thick paper, but it worked out just great. This is actually a really simple art piece and would be really good for beginners. The clouds are very easy. If you've never done clouds before, this is a great thing to start with. Basically, I just made a bunch of blotches on the page that looked somewhat cloud-like, and now I'm adding all of the dimensions to the clouds. So I picked a light source on the left, and I'm imagining it there, and I'm basically just thinking if the sun was shining from this angle, kind of up in the corner, what would touch the clouds? What light would touch the clouds? And I'm just filling that in. I love airplanes. I love that they make travel so much easier and faster. I'm impressed at the inventiveness of men that someone or, well, many people participated in solving the science of flight. It's incredible, the things that have been invented in our time. And also I love looking out the window and seeing clouds floating right next to you. It's just so amazing to me that you can do that. The airplane, I actually did a very similar thing as I did with the clouds. I made the basic shape of the airplane first, and then now I'm adding in all of the shading underneath. And it's already white, so it's already going to be pretty bright. Though I think I do add a little bit of white in some spots just to keep it as bright as I need it to be. And then these clouds right here, well actually I'm kind of doing in between the clouds, that sky in the background. I'm just trying to make sure that it's dark enough so that it kind of goes with the airplane, if that makes sense. Since the airplane is so much darker on the bottom and in some of the shadowy places, I decided to just add a little bit more darkness into the sky as well. And I'll add a little bit of shading into the clouds. Since I've already added highlights, I'll do the opposite and it'll add more depth overall. At this point, I decided that I just needed a few more highlights, so I'm adding them in, mostly in the back. And I'm just looking at the picture overall to see what needs change so that everything goes together and fits together. And I'll try to take a wider view of it and just do little touch-ups here and there all over the picture. I decided to add in some yellow just to highlight the airplane and to give it a little bit more color, just to bring it a little bit more interest. Here we are, all finished. And I really like it. I think it looks super great. The next prompt is, draw what you love about your favorite season. Stay merry and creative.